Hey guys, it's Nixie DLC. Just trying to think of what to make for a video today, and I was leveling up a character and I thought I should tell the story of how my account has progressed. So what I'm going to do is actually go in reverse order of the units I got. So obviously the very first unit you get is Mont. You get your free pulls, you go along the way, you pick up other characters. And when I started the game, URs weren't coming along very well. So as you can see, I'm already in Final Fantasy XIV, which was still early in the game. But it kept going, and then finally, I pulled my first UR, Gilgamesh. He's the one who inspired this video because today, or actually it's yesterday, I decided, you know what, I should work on him. He's actually pretty good now. So I got all the shards, got them all limit broken up, I got his TMR, so now I'm just working on getting his jobs up. But when the game started, I was like, oh, man, this is a double cost unit. I'm a new player. This is going to be really hard to level. So I ignored him. I just kept playing with my other units. So I kept summoning, getting different units. It was like, where's those URs? Like, I need those. Then I got this character, Ayaka, the best healer in the game. I was like, okay, I can start clearing some higher end content. So she became like the focal point of my party, but it was like, I don't really have anyone to kill the enemies. I could just survive a long time. So keep pulling. Got Ziza. Amazing because, you know, you get the bells, best TMR in the game, and, you know, I finally got a DPS. Now, for most people, you'd be like, really? You started the game with Gilgamesh, Ziza, and Ayaka? Like, that's a crazy start. At the time, the game was different. Shards weren't as easy to come by, so kind of worked on her. She wasn't a unit I was keen on using just because Strike was really weak back then, and it's still not exactly top tier. Kept pulling. I got Mashiri. Now, obviously, I do not care for Mashiri because I can finish her off if I want, and I haven't. Although I probably should. This is a really good TMR. That's about the only thing she's good for. So you keep going, pulling away, and then finally I had 15,000 shards, and I thought, I'll pull Thancred from his event. Now, I came from FFBE into this game, so what I thought initially was like, oh, I pulled the unit, I'm set. I didn't know specifically at the time that you needed shards to make the unit stronger. I just thought, I pulled the unit, I have him, he's good. Well, obviously I was wrong. So now you look back and it's like I'm still sitting on Ayaka, Ziza, Mont were pretty much the focal points of my party. So keep pulling, and then I got Medina. Early on, the first probably half year, the best farmer in the game. She kind of changed my account around because now I had that oomph to like really do some good content. And well, you know, hindsight, you get her for free now, and but whatever. At the time, amazing pull. Then we're back into tactics. I pulled so hard for Ramza and Orlando. I got Gafgarion. I got Yerma. It didn't happen. I pulled the Beelv, the House of Beelv card 6, 7 times, and those were my UR pulls from tactics. I was a little deflated. I didn't really want to play the game that much. I would log in, I'd collect my bonuses, maybe do some dailies, and that was it. I pulled Stern along the way, and again, you could tell I didn't use them because at the time I was just logging in collecting stuff. I wasn't playing thoroughly. Getting more MRs. again, I wasn't playing, so I didn't really care. You get Rob, you get Elde, you get Eileen. But then Katona actually used a little bit, but I pulled a unit that kind of changed the game. Frederica. The story about Frederica, I did not pull her on her banner. I pulled her when we were pulling for Lucia. She was the gunner I was going for. I ended up with Frederica on the last pull after 20 pulls, I do believe. Because I got 2,000 of the medals trying to get Lucia. And there was no pity back then. The only thing they had was like a UR ticket in the shop. So I bought that UR ticket. I was like, okay, well I got Freddy, I'm good. I used that ticket. I pulled Lucia with it. I did not pull her on banner. I pulled her from a ticket during her banner with about 2 days left. But I leveled her up, so now I'm like, okay, now I got Lucia, I got Frederica, I got Medina, I got Ayaka. Now my party's rolling. So now I kind of got back into the game. Kept going, got Salir. She was amazing for her time when I used her. Durrell, I still haven't finished him. Dario, same thing. Then we pulled Rain. Now I actually needed a tank, so he was a good fit. The only catch was he was a magic tank, not a physical tank. The bad thing about Rain, I was actually pulling for Fravia. I was not trying to get Rain. I never got Fravia. So now you're looking, you already see how many limited units I missed. I missed on Ramza, I missed on Orlando, I missed on Fravia already. So that's already 3 right there. Tactics 2 came around. I had been saving for quite a while. Fravia set me back a bit, even though I didn't get her. I got Mustadio. I was like, oh man, I really want Agris. I got Oldoa. It's like, man, I really want Agris. I kept going through the summons. I got Agris. This is when my view of the game changed. I had more knowledge of what to do, what to make characters better, how to build teams, compositions. Agris is probably the character that defines my account if I had to pick one. I started playing seriously after I got her. So I got Agris, the Venera came out, got her. Now my account's looking pretty good. Now I got those tanks, I got those DPS, I have melee DPS, I have range DPS, I have casters, I have the healer. We're rolling. Got Kilfei. I got her after her banner, but I did get her. In fact, I think I pulled her during Halloween. Because I was summoning for Halloween Leela. Ended up with Kilfei, Victoria, and Ildira. Now, Ildira was another really good character. I didn't realize she was so good when her banner came out. I kind of regret not pulling for her earlier, but soft puller, a couple weeks later, not bad. I didn't get the Halloween units. So now, that was 3 we were at. I didn't get Delita, so that was 4. I didn't get the Halloween units, so now we're up to 6. And I pulled for them. Kind of sucked. Final Fantasy IV came around. We got a free UR. I was like, this is really cool. A free UR. I thought he was going to be a lot better than he was, but there's potential. They might get EX. And then I was like, Kane's really good, but I don't have the Vizier to actually pull him. I'll do 1 pull. There he is. I pulled Kane. I leveled him up, and then I realized I had to pull Demon Wall. But there was only, I'd say, under a week left. I never did get that card max. It will happen, because we do get Vision Guard hard quests in the future, so he'll be able to hit his full potential for me later on, but really good unit. Now I'm hardcore into the game. Now I'm getting URs when I do summons. I'm excited to play this game. I'm excited to save. I'm looking ahead to what's coming out in JP. I'm planning what I want to do. So the pulls keep going. Then eventually I get Glaciella. I really wanted her, never got her. She's been really good on my team. I didn't realize how good she would be on my team until a little bit later, as you'll see. Got Skahal. He sucks. Got Howlet. I had other casters, so I didn't really focus on him. I am working on him now because of some wind units that just came out and are coming in the future. I got Laswell. He's a unit I actually ignored until a month ago, and then I leveled him up for Trials of Reckoning, and he put in so much work, and I actually really like this unit now. So now looking at it, we're probably about December, January at this point. Yeah, we're in January because I pulled Sakura. I was not going to go for the light meta. I was like, I don't have the resources to do it because you need Sakura, need to pull Elsorel, and then you got to pull Yuna and Bahamut. I was like, I can't do this. Like, my resources are too tapped. But I got lucky, pulled her early, so I was like, okay, that's good. Nivlu. I didn't mean to pull her. I didn't pull for her on her banner, but I did soft pull her after, and now she's done. Waiting to fully get the potential of this character. Obviously, I haven't leveled up her jobs to do it, but I just don't have the support fully to do it right now. Then I pulled Engelbert. That is how long it took me to pull this unit. And he just was outclassed by my Aggers at that point that I never really put effort into him. Again, he's another one of those units I could finish off. I just haven't bothered. Although, in case you guys haven't heard, he has an EX coming in JP, which means in about 5 months we should be getting that. Hopefully he gets some speed. Would really help, because man, that is a terrible number to look at. How's the pulls go on? We're still January, February at this point. I saw this unit, Winter Victoria. I had to pull her. I just had to pull her. I was like, man, Titus is coming out. I have Glaciella. It's going to be a nice water team. Ildira on top of that. Had to pull her. So I was like, okay, I'll sacrifice getting Yuna. I already wasn't going to plan for her, so I'll get Victoria. I also got Venera. I had so many shards for her from doing the pulls on Victoria. I was like, she's got a guaranteed step. I'll just do it. It's another unit. I haven't fully worked on her yet, but I think she still has potential, especially with both of these units having EX coming probably this month. That'll be pretty good. So at this point, we're probably coming up into March. So that means like Final Fantasy X is a couple weeks away. Krace event came out. She's almost done. I have her in the barracks finishing her off. I didn't do the brutal multis. I was too lazy. Pulled Luartha randomly. I think that might have been in the anniversary summons leading up to the event for Final Fantasy X, where they gave us free summons. She's the one that she came a little too late, even on her banner. She came a little too late in the life cycle of the game, because everyone already had Lucia and Frederica built up, and then Nivlu and Winter Victoria came out, so it was just another ranged unit. Our only saving grace is Fire, which is gonna take a step up here pretty quick next week. Got Titus, Raldor. I didn't pull on this banner either. This was also after his banner. I don't have very good luck when it comes to summoning on banner units. Oh, also, what is my total of limited units missed out on? So I didn't get Christmas, Ramada, and Mashari either. So I think we're at 8 limited units I have not got. Then Final Fantasy X came around. Titus. Titus dropped. I was like, oh, I'm going to build him up. I'm going to get his vision card. But I had like 30k viz. So I was like, well, maybe I can pull Yuna. I got Rune Stern. So with those medals from the event, I went and maxed him out. And I'm really glad I did, because again, with Engelbert, This is another unit that we are seeing an EX job on. EX Ruin Stern. He's going to be absolutely terrifying. Like, he's already still pretty intimidating at 99. Imagine him at 120. So we're still doing the Final Fantasy X pulls. I got Yuna. I got her on step 3 of her 9th step. Like, that's pretty insane. I pulled a limited banner unit on banner. That was, man, what a change for me. That wasn't my account. So I did eventually pull Bahamut. I pulled Bahamut on step 4 of that. So I finished her step and I was like, oh man, Yuna, Titus, I had Sakura. Well, they gave us these tickets, select unit tickets and select shard tickets. So I went and pulled Elsorel. That gave me the light composition that I had no intention of playing, and now I basically had it at full power. I also pulled Whisper along the way, but then another one happened. Miranda. How long was Miranda in the game before I pulled her? I think I waited longer to pull Miranda than I did Engelbert. Then something big happened. Big Daddy Auron himself. I was going hard on Trials of Reckoning. You guys have probably seen the vids of that and some of my gameplay and tips on that. I was like, man, I'm just not getting enough points. I was averaging like 7,000 to 8,000 around. And I was like, I need Auron. Like, that's why everyone else is getting so many more points than I am at clear. So I pulled him on his 9. No, I went through his 9 step. I didn't get him. Then I went to his banner. And then on the guaranteed UR pull, that's where I pulled him. So he was rough. So now we're already into April at this point. There's another banner that came after. He came along the way. I already have majority of the shards, so pretty pumped about that. Nier came around. I was like, okay, my resources are low. I just pulled 3 units I have to EX. And they weren't done at the time. Titus, Yuna, and Auron. I think Titus and Yuna I might have had done, but Auron wasn't for sure. So 9S, I'm like, okay, I'm going to work on 9S because at the time, Final Fantasy VII was announced in JP. So I was like, okay, 9S, Cloud, Frederica, Nivlu, the Charlotte they just got. Let's go for this. And then I started looking at Tifa. And I was like, Tifa's pretty good, but I don't have the wind vision cards to support wind units. So I was like, okay, let's go pull for that Nier card. It's kind of generic, 30% attack up for wind units and then, all the evasion and all that. First pull on the Nier card banner 2B. That really changed my perspective. I was like, oh, now I have 2B. I have to level her. Like, she's waifu status. You have to. So I power rushed 2B up. Now I'm working on the arena. And she's carrying me to the top 10 right now. That's where I'm sitting. So that is the story of my units. And my history of my pulls. I thought it was kind of cool. You can sort it from, reverse order to actually see where your account came from, how your pulls went, what units you got, when you got them, to kind of see how it changed your game and your formation. So I'll leave it at that. If you guys like this, let me know. Maybe we can do a vision card one. I'm not gonna lie, my vision card luck has been unreal. I pull almost every vision card when it comes out, so it's not as exciting. There's only a couple limited ones I didn't get, but the order I got them and how they impacted my team along with the units could be interesting. But with that said, I'll end it here, and you guys have a good day.